Is this the finals?
Yes, this is the finals, and this is the second game of the finals, and the score is 1-1, so it's basically a draw.
Okay. I mean, who? It's one team got from the losers bracket,
Yeah,
right?
Sladow and Ndera came from the losers bracket after throwing the game in the winners bracket versus anKcat and Ndera before, with a beautiful Control K.
What the fuck? Are you making me curious?
Yes, well, if you're gonna be streaming, I will have you watch that replay because it's beautiful. You will see just how much Sladow fucked up.
I would love a little bullying action over there.
Well, it's gonna happen then. But it seems like yet again they're gonna be playing on the Ndera map, which is basically a replay from the previous matchup with them.
Dude, where are my UEF and Siren players, man?
I mean, I have no clue, no one is picking UEF, because every time I see UEF being picked, it's just getting bullied by Cybran Bricks.
Listen, I saw the Gao uploads from yesterday, and he noticed that Aeon Destroyers were actually pretty weak and probably should need a buff, so I'm not sure why all these players are picking Aeon after the Aeon Destroyers got nerfed, in fact. It's very strange to me.
Yeah, I mean, everyone should be playing basically Cybran right now. Like, did you see the silent changes? 85 range, what the hell?
anKcat is killing his trees with an engineer!
Oh no!
My
Horrible. And okay, the second Endranii is actually gonna go and reclaim them, but that's not a good sign.
It's not... I mean, you should just attack. Like, these trees are juicy as fuck. You should just attack move them, and like, you don't really need to rush that Hydra at the bottom left.
Okay, let's see. A single tree group is basically 25 mass, or something around that. So yeah, juicy indeed.
Yeah. Like the start here for 2v2. I mean, generally, anKcats and Daddy slot should be aggressive because. I mean, I'm not sure how they're gonna split up the back maxes, but generally the islands at the bottom right and top left that have like 5 maxes on them should go into Dali and anKcat's hands. But so your maxes are a lot spread out, so you can't just eco up because if you're under pressure you lose so much eco. Meanwhile, like Sladow and Ralia's position, they have a lot more safe maxes.
Yeah, that is true. And I think this is actually already happening because we can see Ralia going with the early scout to see if he can actually go and catch the transport or something on the top side.
Yeah, the scout into transport from anKcat. Bomber first from Delhi, so...
I mean, to be honest, this is basically the replay of what was happening in the last game on this map. And I'm afraid he might go and lose the expanding engineer to the top yet again. Unless he can actually... No, he's gonna go and actually find the scout with his interceptor this time.
Yeah, that is quite lucky that they went to the exact same path. Yeah, so it's very important to, I mean, in a 3v3 or 4v4 here, you
actually wait. Look what anKcat is doing.
Oh.
He's not going for the island. He's going for a proxy.
No, that's illegal. Why is Sladow not moving his ACU?
I'm not sure. I don't think he expects that.
Well, maybe anKcat watched the replay and he saw that Sladow didn't move his ACU, and that's why he decided on this. Because, like, if you look at what Relia is doing, it makes way more sense.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, Sladow is investing in the early navy for some reason, very early on.
It's possible to do something like that. Also, the bomber from Delhi is killing anKcat's engineers now, which is a bit unfortunate.
Actually, there is no indice. Okay, there is the int.
Yeah, one just came
I thought
out.
that you could actually get away with killing the pigeons too, but it's not gonna happen. Because unfortunately it's Aeon.
How about micro?
No, wait. He mismicroed the inties. So if Delhi actually properly micros the bomber...
Yeah, Delhi is microing. Yeah, gets the last bomber.
Oh boy! That's a very massive one.
That's big now. Ralia needs to...
Oh, never mind. Ralia is actually floating 200 energy per second, so yes. He's gonna be fine.
Yeah, I saw that he built a lot of energy, Ralia, that is.
Sladow?
So yeah,
Where is that drop
this
go?
proxy at the there's a lab in it as well, but this proxy is potentially gonna do a lot of damage, but it may just cost the game if it dies, because anKcat is gonna be very far behind. And Sladow's making the right move with this transport. He just ignores the proxy and he just drops the maxes at the back.
Yep, I like it. Basically, the proc is already here, so just use the ACU for now versus it.
I really like the one lab in the ghetto, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's something that's been happening throughout the world tourney. Whenever someone is going...
It's really nice, especially, I mean, I've seen a few Aeon do that for some reason. I wonder why Aeon is better at that.
Well, I guess it's because their lab is actually quite good.
I'd say that anKcat making labs only in the proxy though is a huge blunder, considering he's Aeon and there's the ACU coming. And if you have Auroras, oh, he lost the transports finally. Auroras, I mean, you have to kite against the ACU, but labs, even Aeon labs, like both labs from Aeon and the Auroras get 2-shot by an ACU. But Auroras outrange them, so it's
yeah,
very
they're
nice,
very better versus the ACU.
Also, you have to keep in mind he made the proxy, but he didn't even take the maxes there.
Yeah, that's a big blunder.
Not only that, he didn't walk his ACU either. I feel like anKcat, with a move like this, if he walked his ACU there, given it will take like 5 minutes to arrive, but eventually, if you lose the proxy, you're fucked. So you might as well walk there and survive until your ACU is there, right? And then it's gonna be a huge help.
Yeah, I also love the stare down between the engineers on the other side of the map, where both Delhi and Raelia drop the engineers, which are basically not doing anything for the past minute. Just standing there.
Oh no, Raelia went for a first PD instead of a factory. That's
yeah, but
bad.
Delhi doesn't know that there is the drop actually here.
Delhi is very, very slow with expanding there. I'm very surprised. It's 6.5 minutes in.
I mean, it's something that has been happening throughout the whole tournament, with Delhi basically always being much slower with grabbing the plateaus or anything else.
Yeah, like I see that Delhi has a tech to max, but it's definitely, and he's almost on tech to air, but it's definitely not worth it to get the tech to max to delay that's like expansion here. Like expansion is very important on this map, and also like you said earlier, Sladow went for the early frigates, but early frigates are not bad here. You can do a lot of damage with
yeah, because there is a lot of maxes on the islands which are basically snipeable quite easily. And I still hate how the maxes are not done. We can already see 3 PDs being built on this proxy base, but not a single max.
This is such a huge mass investment and there's no benefit yet. Not a single, well, the first max is finally being built, but first of all, there's 3 PDs. Well, I'm not sure if you know, but a single tech, like 2 Tech 1 PDs just counter an ACU if it doesn't have OC.
Yes, it is true,
Sladow
but it
should
seems
be
like
a bit
Sladow...
careful though.
Yeah.
Because these labs, there's still a lot of DPS.
Not to mention the artillery too, which is gonna be very annoying as he will have to keep on dodging and weaving through the ACU.
Yeah, but it's Aeon Arty and it forces you to do micro, but you know it shouldn't really do much. And I think this looks really bad for anKcat because like he's making a 4th PD. Why?
Yeah, not something I would like to see. He's investing very heavily without very much apparent return for now.
Well, at least like Delhi's ACU is cleaning up the top left side, which should belong to him to begin with. I guess he OC'd the PD because he barely took any damage, or the Aeon frigate just ate through
No, the PD was just basically shooting the wrong target.
Oh, I see.
While his AC was cleaning it up. Oh, also, very nice T2 air transition from Delhi, making 1 or 2 Spectres to go and help up Sladow.
Yeah, I'm mostly surprised that Sladow hasn't built the range gun upgrade. It's only 300 mass.
Oh, never mind. Sladow is actually making his own get to the... Oh, this is very juicy.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of artists, right? Well, not right click on them, but I mean, the gather shouldn't do too much. There's so much build power that you can quickly make some AA. But look at the map control. That's usually if you make a proxy there, you kinda add it as a barrier, so Sladow can't expand south of that. Even though the proxy itself is not getting the maxes per se, if you can deny the maxes and deny Sladow expanding southwards, then it still can get value indirectly. But it's not doing that either. It's just a proxy on a single location that's not denying. It's only denying
5 maxes, that's all.
Yeah, 5 maxes it's denying.
And when we look at what is happening, Sladow is also gonna take the little island on the bottom of the Aurora, so yes.
I'm not sure.
Or maybe
PD
not, because the
finishes
PDs
just
are.
in time. But yeah, it's not looking great. There are some Tech 2 maxes for anKcat, and he's got Tech 2 air. Well, Sladow doesn't, but
yeah, but the problem is that anKcat is still paying a lot of mass to go and keep the proxy alive, as you can see, building Auroras and everything from this factories. Not to mention, he actually built a T2 HQ factory here. That's a blunder.
No, that's the only move. That's literally, I was thinking of but the thing is, either he should go massive Tech 1 spam into trying to overwhelm Sladow. Because the fact that Sladow got the entire bottom right is something you should never, it shouldn't have been allowed, because he managed to drop there, he had air control, but the transfer just went around. And he didn't send like 1 or 2 labs to those places or some Auroras to deny drops there as well. But at the moment that fails, and the moment he doesn't overwhelm Sladow, the only way to keep the proxy alive is with a few Tech 2 PD. And just at this point, like, I think he did it too late, by the way, the Tech 2 land transition. Like, he just needs to make 2 Tech 2 PDs and a single Tech 2 shield, so that they can't get OC'd, and that the ACU can deal with it. And then you kind of just ignore the proxy mostly. You just get a Tech 2 radar for nice intel, and you let it survive for as long as possible by trying to force Sladow to invest in it. And then it's gonna be obnoxious for Sladow to deal with it, like either he needs MML spam to deal with it or some big frontal attack, but that's a lot of investment.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that for me it looked like Sladow basically just walked into it much earlier than now.
Well, yeah, Sladow could have just gotten the range upgrade a lot earlier and denied this. But I don't know why, again, so many people make this mistake. He has 2 Tech 2 PDs, he's making a turret, he should just make a shield. Because now, like, his first PD is dying to the ACU, and if he just made a shield, then his PDs can't die.
Well, I mean, he's making parachute, I mean, asylums from the T2 HQ. So
yeah, but they get OC'd, that's the issue.
And yeah, second PD gonna go and fall down, as we can see.
And Sladow is actually breaking through this position by the looks of things. There's only 1 PD left, and it's gonna die too. There was enough further spam. The fact that he went Tech 2, made some PD, and still lost the position to not a lot of investment from Sladow is really bad. It's like, the issue is he made his Tech 2 PDs in front of the Tech 1 PDs as well. He has like 4 Tech 1 PDs and they all didn't contribute to the fight. Although funnily enough, now Sladow suicides his entire army into those PDs. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, so now the HQ is actually gonna go and die, so no more shields or anything coming out.
Yeah, it's
and with the ACU being able to outrange everything, it's just gonna be not a good time.
Like, this went really badly for anKcat. I don't think he was allowed to lose this position. And
yep. Even more so, there's like 5,000 mass left here.
Yeah, it's a massive mass nation that will bump Sladow's eco. Plus Sladow has more map control than he normally should have in this position. And anKcat is probably gonna be very far behind on eco.
Actually, not that much. It's actually the required head-to-head with 70 mass income, both of them. The problem is just gonna be the reclaim, which will basically...
It will shift, like Sladow will grab 5 more maxes.
Not to mention all of this reclaim which will go into the T2 maxes.
And you have to keep in mind there's like 8 inties for anKcat, while Sladow has a shit ton of air as well. Sladow has navy control as well, so he can be a lot more aggressive because of the big investment into the land. Top left is kind of static though, which is kind of weird considering what's happened. Like, it doesn't really make a lot of sense.
I mean, it is actually static because Delhi was actually quite ahead in the navy game at the beginning, so he basically forced Rally to basically go and give up all of these maxes here on the islands.
And
Delhi also took control over the middle, so he wasn't that behind in the eco.
Usually how this works though, if anKcat goes for an aggressive drop like that, you want your partner to have a good synergy with what you're doing. Because I assume he preemptively notified his friends that he was gonna do said drop, so...
I mean, I think so that both of them were actually planning to play aggressive because we could see the drops happening from Rally on the top island. Which, while it didn't work out, well, he did try.
Well, that's true, but it wasn't really aggressive. It was more like, I have my transport left, I drop my own side, let's try to drop there. That's kind of the feeling I got from it. It wasn't that aggressive of a drop, because it was pretty late, and it wasn't like, it was just a few engineers.
Anyway, it seems like we have the first Exodus class on the field. As Donnie went for the T2 Navy HQ, meanwhile the rail is still on T1. Or no, he actually managed to go and grab the T2 HQ here in his base. I was just looking at the Brock naval production because he also made a small naval base in the top left corner.
Yeah, I saw. I was just thinking, I'm not certain how good it is to make it there, because...
I mean, like, it can just keep on killing the Auroras coming from the top island.
Oh yeah, I agree, but the Auroras are a bit of a mistake. But the moment Aurora stops and the Navy... And if Delhi wins Navy at that fight they're doing right now, because he has a destroyer up, then he can just kill that for free, basically.
Also, I think like with the last changes, using only 2 torpedo bombers to go for the Exodus class is a big mistake.
No, it still gets through. You see, it still did 1k damage.
Yeah, but it could have been much better.
Yeah, but torpedo bombers were buffed again. They now drop 5 torps instead of 3.
No, okay, that makes sense.
I love how... Here you see the Aeon frigates, by the way. The first torps did like 1k damage, but now because of all the frigates around it, the torps did 0 damage.
Yep.
Because Aeon frigates have the torp defense. Which is fair considering they don't have the AA. Well, they have shards, but you know.
Well, who the hell builds shards?
They were buffed.
Yes, they were buffed so many times that we can just go and make some more interceptors or something.
Not always.
Well, not
that
always,
doesn't
but yeah.
doesn't quite always work. Like, funnily enough, Delhi doesn't even have air. If Realia just moves his air, then there's no killing of the torp bombers. They would just rain indefinitely.
Well,
Delhi needs to be very careful here. He can get shift-G'd easily. I think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's happening actually at this very moment.
There's, sadly, the destroyer from Realia is lacking. I think he's going a bit too early, but he's committed
he's gonna
at
lose
this
a lot
point.
of units. As we can see, the Dester's actually kiting back.
Well, he's gonna lose units, but that is not necessarily bad, because the thing is, Pathfinding will get the units from Delhi stuck, plus he has an overwhelming advantage. The destroyer is now in range, and as long as Realia can get the reclaim field, it is definitely worth it. Yeah, he just needs to... Yeah, one destroyer from Delhi is certainly dead. The other may escape, but not completely sure.
Oh well, it seems like Delhi might also lose the air in a few more minutes, if actually Realia responds with his own interception force. Because we can see Delhi trying to go use the gunships to go and kill the frigates.
The destroyer from Realia is just idle, man. Yeah, he let the second destroyer from Delhi get away for free. That's really unfortunate. He should have gotten an easy kill there. The second destroyer.
That is true.
Also, this entire time, all the intis from Realia have been kind of idle. I feel like he should be pressuring more, considering there's torp bomber spam from Delhi as well. Like, Delhi's building torp bombers when he doesn't even have air.
I mean, you could just go and use them to suicide on the ships and stuff to make them work out. So yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. He can use them, but he shouldn't be able. He shouldn't be allowed to use them.
Oh no, he's using the attack move on the torpedo bomber, so he went for the one frigate on 20 HP instead of killing the Destro.
That's a bit unfortunate.
Also, he just hit the T3 airstate, so we can see the ASF coming out.
Oh wait, Delhi went T3? That's
Yep.
weird. I don't think he should go T3 air in his slot. Because Realia and Sladow slot are the carry slots. Because of how much of the island they go. Like, especially considering Sladow took the back maxes as well. Well, on the bottom left side, at least anKcat got those.
Oh, horrible micro from Delhi. He's gonna lose another Destro. He just sailed it straight into the enemy units.
Oh. But he's still getting torps, you see. Oh, now there's multiple ASF out. Now it's not so clear who has air control. Man,
yeah, even more so as there is the Infinity class cruiser out.
But yeah, but the cruiser isn't in position. I think Realia could fight this air here. He just needs to right click like the first ASF down to instantly kill it.
I mean, what I wanna see is basically Sladow give his all Intis and the Swifties to Delhi. Because if he actually gives them to him,
Yeah,
there is
if
no
they
way.
work together, it definitely works. Rallia is T3 air now, by the way. He finished his T3 pigeon, so he is building the first ASF now. But he does, however, have a factory at the front and is building some static AA. And so he's still in a decent position to get the reclaim.
Yeah, that is true.
And
although
this is
actually,
not a critical amount of torps to overwhelm the Navy yet, so
yeah,
it's kind of fine.
the problem is that the Team Donny actually have 340 mass per second. Meanwhile, Team Awesome Knight, that is anKcat and Raeli, are only on 220.
Ooh, that's really bad.
Yes.
I mean, I feel like it's probably mostly because of Sladow.
Actually, no. It's Delhi.
Oh.
Delhi is on 167 and Sladow is on 180.
Yeah, but compared to their opponents, well, I'm not sure. There's quite some T2 maxes on the left team as well, but I guess not enough.
Yeah, but anKcat is on 110 and Raeli is only on 130 mass income, so yes. That's where the difference comes from.
It's mostly anKcat kind of lacking behind.
Well, courtesy of his proxy play, I guess.
Oh yeah, exactly, that's what I mean. I love how there's a tech to max from Sladow in the middle of the map, by the way, on the island.
Oh, and it's actually in front of the
enemy base. And there's nothing there!
This is just pure BM at this point.
Nice.
Like, this Omni is gonna die to basically everything.
It's such an accidental Omni.
Oh yeah, it's accidental, but thankfully he's actually able to power it, so he can see everything that is happening on the map.
But how? He doesn't even have a T3 pigeon. I guess Delhi made too.
Yeah, Delhi is sending 2,500 mass energy.
Honestly, it was just attack pings. I'm not sure by which team. Honestly, at this point, he should just Contra K and reclaim it, man.
Oh god, it seems like Delhi is really making bad trades again and again versus the Navy. He lost just a few more ships again. One of them being a destroyer, so yeah, not good.
Yeah.
Also, the Exodus class from anKcat is also doing some good job, but in the meanwhile, who cares about the Navy when you can actually use the blazes to go and ride all over the places? Sladow is
oh no, what's happening there? Oh, there's one destroyer to kind of deal with. There's a few PDs as well. It's kind of fine. It's kind of fine. Yeah. It's a bit of a machination. It was a.
Oh, and the SU is also moving in here. Oh, well, so Sladow just saw his. He just saw the Omni dying.
Oh, to the one Nota. Oh, you know, this is why I was saying you should reclaim it, because if it's killed, like a Nota overkills it so much, you don't get any of the reclaim. But if you
he also lost the T2 max there, so serves him right, I guess.
There's a big fight at the top again. It's kind of hard to see how many destroyers. There's like 5 destroyers out for Delhi at this point. Yep. The cruiser from Raelia is at the front, and Raelia is having quite a lot of frigates, but
yeah, but he only has 3 destroyers, so not that much.
Yeah, the cruiser just. Oh no, that was frigate that died. Like at a moment like this, you should just have the cruiser in the back, probably ground fire it in the middle of the choke points to be annoying for Delhi, and then just have his destroyers on one side just microing them. Because you really, if you're Seraphim, you don't want, or just when you are a faction with good destroyers, that you have to micro, like in this case Seraphim versus Aeon, you have to micro the Seraphim destroyer. And you need them to be separate from your frigates, because if your frigates are together, then you can't really micro them, because they just get fucked by pathfinding.
Yeah, and I don't like this ship move, because then you can just keep on running away with his Destros and pummeling the enemy frigates.
Yeah. It is important though that I think that Raelia is getting most of the reclaim from this.
He's getting all of this reclaim, because there was not a single engine throughout this game here from Delhi to grab this.
Also, Raelia managed to kind of win mid, not with a lot of investment, but still winning mid is some advantage that they kind of needed. I mean, not just for map control reasons. not necessarily for the Maxes. No, Destroyer is suicided by Realia, and a few frigates. He just suicided like 8 frigates and a Destroyer. With the
and on the other side,
points.
it seems like anKcat is about to lose all of his Exodus class. There is nothing to go and stop these Spectres and enemy frigates.
There's a cruiser at the back, but it's out of position. Although the gunships will kill one of the Destroyers, I think. But there's not enough Destroyers from Sladow to follow it up, I think.
Yeah, even more so, as we can see the Infinity class actually coming online for anKcat, so the Spectres will have to run away. Still a decent trade.
Yeah, that's certainly a good trade. It's a bit of an overextension. I'm very surprised that anKcat didn't make any restoration attempts to clean up the bottom right corner. Like, you kinda... You can't really go for the main base like this. It's way too greedy.
Yeah, I mean, he's been trying to clean it up with a single Spectre, but that's gonna take a while.
Yeah, and they keep being blaze raid sent, although that's kind of a mess nation. There's a single Spectre at the back of Sladow's base. Ah, no, it didn't kill anything. It was just volleying down a mess.
Oh no, Riley is throwing the game on the top side. He just shift his Destro straight to the enemy island.
Oh no, that's all his units gone. What?
Also, that's a lot of Exodus from Delhi. That's already 10 of them.
That's really bad. That's
basically,
like...
look at this. This whole Navy production is just gonna go and die here. A horrible choice.
By the way, once again, like, there's this massive Navy fight from Realia trying to push in, but at the top there's still Tech 2 Maxes from Delhi that can just be killed for free, right? Like, this is... and he was Seraphim. Like, the thing is, he didn't need to push through the choke points. Like, even if you're down on mass, if you have map control, you kind of make up for it. And if, like, both anKcat and Realia won, like, the corner, like, more open ocean areas with the navy control, but they never actually sent their navy to kill the things around there. They just tried to push into the main base. Maybe they were desperate, they thought it was necessary, but I don't think...
Yeah.
Even if you're behind on eco, if you manage to kill everything, it means that Sladow and Delhi are down to, like, 30% map control or something.
Yeah, there's just so many things you could have killed with the Destros like this.
And not only do you kill a lot of eco with that, but even if you're still behind on eco, just the sheer impact of having map control and map vision makes the game so much easier to play and easier to eco, and easier to take good fights.
Yeah, not to mention they were taking all of the reclaim fields, because Team Sladow have only 30,000, meanwhile Rayleigh and anKcat already nearing 50k reclaim, so 20,000 more.
So I think they really made a big mistake here, but with the decision to try to push onto the main bases instead of just killing the stuff around the area they already conquered.
Also, we can know that Sladow is actually already nearly done with his T3 naval HQ, going for the Aeon battleships.
No, true, yeah.
Which is gonna be very, very nice, considering just how good they are. They're basically a mix of a battleship and a battlecruiser. So they're gonna chew through the T2 Navy without any problem at all.
I think Sladow slightly overbuilt build power. He has like 10 T3 engineers coming for that. Like, that T3 Navy HQ is gonna drain like 300 mass per second.
Actually, he can still kind of power it.
Yeah, but most of the engineers aren't assisting.
Oh yeah, that is true. Basically, right now, as long as they do not lose the air, they should be more than fine.
Yeah, let's see the air. I didn't really watch. There's 3 air factories, T3 from Realia. Well, anKcat just keeps spamming Swifties. He's not going to transition into T3 air, which kind of makes sense.
Yeah, he have already 55 Swift Winds, 15 ASF, and 50 Interceptors.
Yeah, meanwhile there's 4 T3 air facts for the top team, although Delhi has been making a lot of Tor bombers and now he transitioned into Restorers, which I'm not sure is the right move, because he just won Navy, and... Well, maybe making 1 or 2 Restorers is fine, but considering the amount of torps he's making, I think that's definitely...
Yeah, but the problem is that the bottom team still can quite easily win the air fight, looking at the amount of units. Especially because of the 55 Swift Winds.
Yeah, exactly. But moreover, even if it was more close, you still don't really want to risk it, right? Because you're winning hard, so throwing
the big problem is that both Sladow and Delhi have their units under their control instead of a single player, unlike the bottom team.
Yeah, I think it's really... Okay, Delhi just gave his air to Sladow. Probably they just realized they don't actually have air. But the thing is, if Sladow is smart about it, he just evades the air. He doesn't fight with it. So bottom team first have to make some aggressive air units before they might do it. But then again, there's no cruisers for Delhi's push. So if they just make like some turbo bomb spam, they have to force.
Oh boy, the flag value here.
Oh, in the middle, there.
Yes. Even the blazes are joining in the air fight. This is horrible.
I hope he pays attention soon enough. What the fuck am I watching?
I guess this is how we recover the airplay.
I mean, it didn't kill that much, but it did a lot of collateral AoE damage, the flag that is.
Yep, and the first battleship is already going versus the anKcat. As we can see, Sladow fielding them.
Yeah, bottom team has air, but they're not using it. Like, funnily enough, the top team is using the air. There's storm bombers and Tech 2 gunships from Sladow and Delhi.
Whoa, wait, where are these gunships going? The Spectres? Okay, never mind, they will be cold.
I'm not sure. They're on a mission, man. They found an engineer. A wild engineer roaming the mountains.
Yeah, I also like the SAM here on the top side for Raelia, making sure no drops can actually fall there.
Yeah, I do like it, but I don't like the fact that...
and okay, very cold.
Yeah, okay. I mean, it is kind of lost at this point, but I feel like they could have had a very good shot if they just... You know, stabilized on the sides. Actually. Sorry?
I mean, they could have even went for the air fight before actually calling it.
Because to show dominance.
I don't know. I mean, because if they actually go for the air fight and maybe win it, then they can basically spam some torpedo bombers and kill all of the navy belonging to Delhi and get the reclaim from it, because there is not a single cruiser or anything.
Well, here's the thing. Even without winning the air fight, they could do that regardless, but they didn't.
Well, maybe they're just under pressure, so yes, you know.